What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the 2023 Toyota GR Supra. And in today's video I'm gonna tell you why this is probably the best BMW on market right now, and I'm also gonna give you two of the reasons why I think this car is better than my previous F87 BMW M2 facelift. So every time there's a video or there's a discussion about the new Supra, I think we all need to stop for about 5 minutes to give the old, but it's a BMW folk a chance to blow off some steam. So I figured I'd stop on the side of this road and let you guys come up with the best BMW jokes for the Supra. You've got 30 seconds. Let's go. Well, obviously I'm not going to wait because you have the whole comment section to yourselves, but there you go. This is the time to vent if you think this car is just a BMW. Let me know your jokes in the comments section down below. Now, before we drive this car and talk about the actual point of this video, let me do a quick walk around of the changes to the 2023 Supra. Well, I don't think you're gonna like this very much, but the design of the 2023 Toyota GR Supra hasn't changed. Now, I was not being 100% accurate because there is a change. These are the wheels from the GR Yaris circuit pack. They're dressed in some kind of a matte gray or something like that. They look absolutely stunning, much better than the old wheels if you ask me. The main attraction for this car, at least on my side, is this absolutely stunning paint job. Look at this. This is a matte white paint job. Yeah, I'm in love with it. I think it accentuates the best parts of the design of the Supra. And yeah, I really think it works very, very well, especially with the inside. Let me show you. So this is the interior of the 2023 GR Supra. Look at this. McLaren logos. I'm just joking. Yeah, but it's pretty much identical except for this over here, the manual transmission. Finally, Supra fans have been asking this for quite a while, and Toyota has delivered, and it has delivered big time. But yeah, it's not just the actual gear lever that's put in here. The center console is redesigned a bit to make it fit. It's been brought backwards towards the driver, the gear lever, but we'll talk more when we actually get to drive this car. But yeah, I don't know exactly how it works in your country, but in Sweden, this is called the premium pack car. So basically, it has every single option you can fit to the Supra. These seats are also included in that pack. You can have them in black, I think, but yeah, I don't know. Black interiors, I'm kind of over them a little bit. And yeah, the usual BMW bits, buttons. Remember these shortcut buttons? They're no longer available in BMWs. This is the old iDrive 7. So yeah, this is the 2023 Supra. Now let's get to driving it. Now let's get to the point of today's video, which is why this 2023 Supra is like an F87 M2 but better. And there's a couple of reasons why I think that. First one, you've probably guessed it, is the manual transmission. And yes, I am aware that the previous generation M2 came with a manual. My blue car actually had a manual, but this transmission in the Supra is so much better. I mean, if you've been driving BMWs in the past, whatever, 20, 30 years, I think you can agree with me that they don't really have the best manual transmissions out there. Yes, BMW definitely needs to be praised for offering this transmission still in 2023. There's only a handful of sports car manufacturers that still have a manual transmission as an option. But I don't know, they always felt very rubbery to me. They always felt notchy. They weren't very precise, and yeah, I didn't really think they made them better from generation to generation. However, this transmission on the Supra is a totally different story. Now, you might expect that Toyota would just go to BMW and get one of their transmissions, but this time they actually made a bespoke manual transmission for this GR Supra. The transmission is based on a ZF unit, but it also has some parts from Toyota's, I don't know what to call it, leftover shelves maybe? And that might not sound like much, but once you get behind the wheel of this car and you start shifting some gears, you'll realize just how much work Toyota put into this transmission. It's got short throws, it's super precise, it almost snaps into gear, and it's a joy to use. The clutch is positioned perfectly, the bite point is perfect, the positioning of the gear lever is also absolutely spot on. And yeah, it's a wonderful thing to drive, and it totally transforms this new 2023 Supra. So yeah, quite a lot of effort went into hitting the Supra with a manual transmission, and I think people are responding to that because the latest numbers suggest that the US customers, almost half of them are going for the manual instead of the auto. Now, the second reason why this car is better than my F87 M2 is the suspension. And yeah, Toyota hasn't been very keen to tell us exactly what they modified on this 2023 model, but apparently they've worked on the braking system and the suspension system and recalibrated them. That's the only official information. But from where I'm sitting, it feels like the suspension, at least in the back, it feels more supple. It doesn't really jump around as much as the previous cars used to do. The back end sits nicely on the ground no matter how hard you push this car, and especially on B roads like this one, it makes a whole lot more difference because you can actually use all the power this car has without jumping around every time you hit one of those uneven surfaces. If you remember my old videos with my old blue M2, you would have noticed that that was one of the complaints of that car, because every time the road surface was not perfectly smooth, that car was like jumping around all the time. And yeah, it might have had 30 more horsepower than this car, but you couldn't really use all of them because, yeah, the car wasn't really planted to the ground as it should. Now, the other thing that's worth revisiting in 2023 is probably my biggest complaint about the Supra. If you've watched my previous video with this car, you know I compared it to the M2 competition at some point, and I said that the biggest drawback this car had was the price, because compared to the old M2 competition, the Supra was more expensive. And yeah, I kind of wondered why that was. Well, how the tables have turned in 2023. Not only is this car cheaper than a 2023 BMW M2, about 10 grand cheaper actually in Sweden, it is roughly the same price as an M2 40i. So given those two facts, this looks like a much more appealing car to me now in 2023. And the complaint I had 3 years ago about the Supra, it no longer stands. And yeah, what else can I tell you about this car? To be honest, I wasn't really expecting too much from this car, considering not a lot of cosmetic changes happened, not a lot of mechanical changes happened. And I was like, yeah, I just want to drive it and see how it feels. But in my humble opinion, this transmission, coupled with that amazing engine up front and the suspension tweaks Toyota did, makes this one of the best sports cars on sale right now. It's absolutely amazing. And if you're looking for a sports car, please don't ignore the 2023 manual GR Supra. You're gonna be very surprised at just how good this car actually is. But that's been it for today's video, my friends. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure you're subscribed for plenty more videos to come.